rebound totals really add up. You add in how good he is at finding the open man, real deal Rondo, I call him.
So for the Celtics, their last game a win against the Bucks. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And offensively, everything just seemed to come so easily to them in that game, Clark.
Yeah, it really did, Steve. I mean, it looked effortless for them at that end of the floor.
What a play. The hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
The Bulls shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just one or two guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
And the basket by Pierce.
What a luxury it is for Boston to have Paul Pierce on this roster, because when the play breaks down, he's probably as good as anybody in the league at just backing you down, using that strength, using his incredible footwork to get a shot off. Not just any shot, a high percentage one.
Bulls on D after Paul Pierce's score. Pass to Garnett. Goes right up. Count the bucket.
There was no question about it. He was going to finish that one off.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. And Paul Pierce, one of the most versatile scorers, Clark, in the NBA.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he can back you down. He can face you up. He works off screens. He can make plays off the dribble for himself or his teammates. He's a multi-pronged problem for the opponents.
Now here's Pierce, following the shot by Nate Robinson. Green, the pass to Pierce. Nice ball movement by Boston. Clock at 6. Bradley against Rose. One shot, and it's Boston with another.
The defense that time didn't do quite enough. I mean, it takes a lot of effort to stop him when he gets in tight. You know, the Bulls have been a regular fixture in the playoffs since joining the league, literally. I mean, with the help of Michael Jordan, they have become, along with the Celtics and Knicks, one of the most storied franchises in the Eastern Conference.
Celtics have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Jeff Green, the bucket on the assist by Pierce.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, I caught up with Doc Rivers for a minute. As they get ready to face the Bulls for the first time, we talked about what makes playing the Bulls so difficult. He told me they are one of the most sound defensive teams in the league, and there are going to be stretches where the points just don't come easy. We have to make sure we don't get frustrated by that and keep on chugging along. Bulls defense definitely a concern for them, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And with 6 banners hanging up in Chicago, the city has really cultivated a lot of pride and winning tradition here with the Bulls. And, you know, Steve, that goes a long way. You were a Bull player at one time. You know all about that pride.
Yeah, no better place to play in the NBA than Chicago. When you're winning, the whole city loves it. Obviously, Michael Jordan was the main reason for that era. But so much history now for the Bulls, and they sell out game after game. Unbelievable fan support.
Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Well, we've seen prettier games out of them than that one, Clark, but it was a win just the same.
And surprising to me, Steve, was more than the win itself, was how easy a win it was.
Here's Robinson following the bucket by the Celtics. Here's Hamilton, and it's Gibson finishing it off. Here's Rondo. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Back to Pierce. Kicks to Bradley. Goes up, and he throws it down with one hand.
And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah, no, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
Here's Pierce. Stolen by Robinson. Can't hit. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Celtics out. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
Gibson and Boozer in the middle. Look is out there at Derrick Rose. And it's Butler in small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Well, that's a solidly executed pick play. I mean, it paid dividends with that nice dunk.
Exactly the result they were looking for.
Yeah, it worked so well. I mean, he got set, did not shuffle his feet. Really well done there offensively.
And it's Green with the jam.
Too little, too late from the deep. Give him credit for trying anyway.
Great job he did getting through him and up to the rim.
Yeah, now that was aggressive, and that's exactly what I like to see.
Boozer dishes to Heinrich. No good. And it's Boston the other way. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And in last year's season series, things did not go their way.
How about that basketball, man? Wow. Pretty significant laps there on the defensive end, guys.
Yeah, those are the ones you just can't allow that.
No, if you're giving up dunks and layups defensively, you're in huge trouble.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Sprite. Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gibson. Hamilton comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Nate Robinson is subbed in for Kirk Heinrich. Lee gets the bucket.
You know, this Celtics team that has had so much success in the past half-decade, Kevin, has really been marked by their ability to get good shots at the basket and convert. This is a team that really emphasizes sharing the ball, and last year was no different for them.
Hamilton, Pierce covering. Boozer kicks to Hamilton. This one for 3. And Boston with the rebound. And the Celtics, as you mentioned, Clark, really like to be selective with their shots. It pays off as they have a very high shooting percentage. And Steve, I always like the fact that they get to the position on the floor they feel most comfortable with, and the ball always delivered in the right place.
Yeah, they execute so well, Kevin. I think the pieces really fit together well in this roster. One of the reasons they've been in the top 5 in field goal percentage last season and the last several seasons. Along with a tough D, that offensive execution has kind of been the hallmark for these Celtics teams the last few years.
Outside, Green. Outside, Pierce. Pierce gets the screen from Bass. It's stolen by Rose. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Kevin, the Celtics' Rajon Rondo is such a tremendously talented player, but he has butted heads in the past with Coach Doc Rivers, and at times has had a hot temper. Rondo said, listen, I'm very passionate about the game. I think I'm a student of the game, but at the same time, I have to do a better job of taking criticism. I've got to take myself out of the equation. It's about the team. You can't pick and choose when you're going to be a leader. You have to do it every day. And guys, for Doc Rivers and the Celtics, that's music to their ears.
It'll be interesting to see. Thanks, Doris.
He's a firecracker, no doubt about it, but just a huge part of their team.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Boozer. Bang comes in for Nate Robinson. And it's Heinrich in for Derrick Rose. Here's Green. An easy 2 points on the layup. And it's a 5-point Celtic lead.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Ozzie Muhammad's checked in for Noah. Boozer comes in for Taj Gibson. Bellinelli is checked in for Luol Deng. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Kirk Heinrich. Sullinger's checked in for Boston. Pierce comes in for Jeff Green. Pierce the pass to Bradley. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Offensively just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. The dish now to Bellinelli. Over Sullinger. Bellinelli dishes to Boozer. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Boozer's got 8 points. No luck. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Celtics lead by 3.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome, fans. We've got the Bucks will face off against.
And arguably no greater sporting legend in Chicago history than Hall of Famer Michael Jordan as we see the statue erected in his honor.
It's been a good one for Green. He has 8 points and 1 assist. He's rolling, trying to put them on his back right here.
You're right. Everything seems to be clicking for him right now.
Bulls trail by 3.
And Boston has really kind of set the bar in the Eastern Conference over the last 5 or 6 years. Not quite as effective last year, but they did fare pretty well against their Eastern Conference opponents.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Rajon Rondo and Avery Bradley out there in the backcourt. Green is out there with Pierce, and it's Garnett in at center, locking down the middle. Rose kicks to Hamilton. He feeds it to Boozer. The feed to Noah. Bulls moving the ball around. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Bradley. The pull-up, and there are the Celtics with another basket. Into the Bulls, shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. And Boston against the East, it was a big part of why they were able to stay in the hunt. 32-16 on the season interconference.
Like every other playoff team in the East, they were able to have a winning record against every Eastern division, but they really took it to the Southeast, which is surprising as that was the toughest division.
Here's Rondo, cranes the three-pointer. And it's a 10-point Celtic lead.
It's been all makes for him so far this half. 3 chances and 3 conversions so far.
Rose against Rondo. Rose passes to Boozer. It's blocked. Now here's Bradley. Guarded by Robinson. Gets it to go. Bradley's got 4 this quarter.
Well, when you watch Doc Rivers communicate with his team, you can see how much respect his players have for him. He's funny, he's smart, he's witty, and he's not afraid to get on his guys either, which I think is important, and they respond to him, no question.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, the Celtics with a little bit of a new look this season. The famed Big Three no more as Ray Allen has moved on. But change, not necessarily a bad thing. Last season, when they moved Kevin Garnett to center and moved Avery Bradley into the starting roster, their defense flourished, becoming the best in the league, Kevin.
Defense really their identity. That's how they win.
And he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway.
Rondo dishes to Bradley. Rose with the block. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And Gibson kicks to Rose. Gibson, shot to end this cold run.
Well, the thing you love about Gibson is his energy and his length defensively. He's got those long arms. He can bounce. He can really get off the floor. And he's smart, so he anticipates things before they happen at that end of the court. One of the best front court defenders there is in the league.
Yeah, he really is. A lot of defense, his motivation, and Taj has never had a problem with that. If he has the mindset that he doesn't want you to score, and he can make things very difficult for you, whoever he is guarding, that's when he is at his very best. Garnett, the pass to Green. Outside, Pierce. 5 on the clock. Makes good on the step-back jumper. Pierce has got 8 points. Bulls trail by 13. Dishes to Hamilton. Over Pierce. And again, no good by Chicago.
And no defender was around him to influence that shot. It didn't hurt them there, but, they can't make that mistake twice.
Outside Rondo. There's the 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
He got that one, but he hasn't been producing the way we're accustomed to. He needs to look for a shot a bit more. Heinrich
with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Heinrich kicks to Hamilton. On the wing, Dang. Over Garnett. That's good from Dang on the assist from Richard Hamilton.
That jump shot's like a layup for him when the defense backs off like that.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Boston making some changes. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. That is good. Melo's got his first basket.
Boy, they keep going inside offensively, and guys, they've been very aggressive here.
Yeah, huge advantage in points in the paint, and I think the defense has to make an adjustment to protect the middle.
Here's Rose. Sinks that one from the post.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
Outside Terry. Oh, he put it down!
It'll count.
What a shot!
I think that one was
at
good.
The buzzer! Right. And here at the
Tune in this Tuesday night.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up, and we're going to send it over to Doris Burke for the Sprite Uncontainable Game segment. Doris?
Guys, well, it was the stretch by the Celtics that garners the uncontainable game today. As their lead grows, so has their defensive effort, and they keep feeding off one another. It's been a statement game for them on that side of the ball.
Doris, thank you. That was quite a run they had, quite exemplary of what we think of when we think about that turning point. Definitely a Sprite uncontainable game moment.
Yeah, you won't get any argument from me, Kevin. It was as big a factor in this game as anything. You know, when a team builds up that much momentum, it just becomes so hard to turn the tide back around.
Yeah, Steve, they just kept the throttle down. They sense an area of weakness and then just continue to exploit it, never letting up.
Boozer and Noah clog up the middle. Derrick Rose is out there with Nate Robinson. And it's Hamilton in at the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Robinson dishes to Boozer. Tries from 10. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got 3 assists now in this one. Celtics leading by 16. It's Pierce with the drive. Garnett right side. Cannot hit. Now Chicago takes it the other way. That's tipped. Pierce with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Wilcox. The rebound by Noah. Noah's got his 4th rebound in this one. Robinson passes to Boozer. Over Garnett. Boozer, no good. The Celtics have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the 1 make. Pierce kicks to Rondo. And that one's good. Rondo's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
Back to Hamilton. He dishes it to Rose. Releases. Wide open shot is on the money.
And it's his poise at the offensive end that impresses me most. This guy is unflappable.
And the Bulls making a change here. Gibson's checked in. And the Celtics also making a change. Green's checked in. Austin with the ball. 16-point lead. The turnaround jumper. Pierce's shot is good.
And they add to this lead, trying to close this game out.
I think it would take a lot of luck and maybe then some. I mean, might be time to pack this thing in.
It's stolen by Rondo. Pushes up. And he lays it straight in. Rondo's got 13 points in the second half.
Well, it's been a tale of 2 halves, hasn't it, guys? After a terrible first half, he's really picking it up.
It's stolen by Bradley. Now Pierce over Hamilton. And it's Green with the jam.
Yeah, this is a done deal here. They've pretty much finished this team off.
Yep, we can put this one in the books. Too much to overcome now.
Shot's good by Gibson. We've got 1:23 left in the 4th quarter of this one. He kicks to Rondo.
Guys, we've often discussed the way medicine is helping players do their jobs better, but one thing that I think is getting more and more attention is the danger of head trauma and concussions, and that's across all sports. The NBA introduced a new concussion policy to help ensure player safety, and I think it was really an essential and necessary improvement.
Green dishes to Rondo. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him.
Yeah, shot is starting to fall, guys, and he's playing much better than he did in the first half.
Poked away and pushing it up. Here's Boston. Bradley's got the ball. Kicks it out to Garnett. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. That's good. And you mentioned, Clark, you know, the new concussion policy. In the past, it was at the team's discretion. And I'm looking over at you over this side and looking at Steve over here on the other side. And the players may have re-entered the action too soon. You guys may have even been involved in it yourselves.
I think I was, Kevin, a couple times, which explains some of my comments, by the way, during the telecast. But, no, in all seriousness, it's a serious issue, and I think it's great that the NBA has taken precautions to really avoid any problems in the future and make sure that the players are tested before they're allowed to get back out onto the court.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA.
Give me that beat, fool. It's a full-time. Just point out the